everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review for the Real World Homecoming Season 2, Episode 5. I'm only doing this because I think I saw a clip of this episode, and if I think what happens is what actually happens, there's going to be a plethora of cursing to happen. So, I'm doing it now so I don't do it tomorrow in the new year, because one of my resolutions is not to cuss as much, and I feel like this is already going to take me over. This is going to take me over. So let's jump into the episode. Last week was real heavy with the abortion stuff, so I don't know where we're going next. Let's jump into it and see what happens. Okay. Y'all, I'm aggravated because I just went through this whole rant and none of it was recording. Okay, Lord. Okay. All right. So, let me start over. So, this is the racism episode. It's about to get real crazy. I can feel it coming. I feel like I'm in the dark and I'm in the shadow or something. That looks better. Barely. But whatever. So, here's where I have a small issue. So apparently David told this joke. He was riffing off of whatever the conversation was, and then he was like, "Oh, and John asked me if he could hang a Confederate flag in our room," and I was like, "Hell no, he can't." This was in the first go round. Hell no, you can't hang no Confederate flag. What the fuck you talking about? Ba ba ba. John, the 18-year-old young man fresh off the farm, and John, the big ass grown pastor, has the same rhetoric to this day. Well, if I said, I hope to God I didn't say that, because I would just never, because that's hateful and horrible. Do you not know what you said and what you didn't say? Even if at this big age, because I forget why I walked into rooms now, and I can't remember everything that I've said. But at the age of 18, for someone to tell a big lie on you like that, why don't you know you didn't say it then? You didn't say it then. That's my issue. Why? And David ends up apologizing to John for putting that on him when it was just a joke. But my thing is why weren't you refuting that you ever said that you would never say that at 18? Your memory was that bad at 18? That you don't know that you didn't say that? I'm confusion. Already I'm confusion. I'm confusion. Cause the hell. Okay, we're gonna keep going because I feel like it's gonna get worse. And listen. Okay. Not them waiting until I glued my lash back down to make me cry because they done put Pedro on here. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we taking a moment because this is what the show does. It's hurtful and it's healing at the same time. So, they are volunteering for Angel Project Food today, which helps people who are, I'm assuming, HIV positive by providing them meals and stuff. And they went into Tammy working in the HIV help center, and it was her job to make sure people got their medicine and stuff. And if they didn't show up for their next appointment to get their medicines, then she had to follow up with them. And when she found out that the person didn't show up because unfortunately they had passed away, it was too much, because these are people that she saw all the time and was generally just trying to help them make it through this horrible disease. And she wrapped her heart and her head around them in that situation, and it was too much loss for her, and that's why she had to leave. And then they go to drop the food off at this man's house, and they're explaining to him, "Oh, well, we're volunteering, and we used to live in a house together on Venice Beach 30 years ago, and we got back together, to volunteer today. And he was like, the real world? And they were like, yeah. He was like, wow. And then he explained how he remembers Pedro from his season, which is the season after theirs, and how he discovered Project Angel Food and Real World at the same time when he was just coming out of the hospital. And those were the things that got him through laying in bed at home, trying to recover from whatever situation that he was going through at that time. So then they show Pedro speaking all over the place. And he's like, I'm going to make it my business to go out here and educate people about my disease. And then they show a clip of him saying, "Who's going to pick up the torch?" Listen, I can't. Listen, I can't cry. Oh God. Oh, listen. He's like, "Who's going to pick up the torch when I'm gone?" I will not be in my feelings about this. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful memoriam for Pedro, who passed away in 1994, the year I graduated from high school. Listen, I can't. That man has been gone for Whew, okay, I'm gonna get myself together because I just laid this lash down and I can't cry. Listen, I just can't. They is really out here on this episode trying to make me cry, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I was ready to cuss people out. Now I'm crying. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is John's fault. So, Lord, they just have another incoming message, and they're talking about everybody chasing their careers and stuff like that, and how they were chasing their dreams while they were in LA. And John tells the story about it was never his intention to stay in LA. It was always, I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to be a country music star. And so he had been signed by Capitol Records, and then he fell out with his manager who cussed him out. I don't know why. And then he and Capitol Records parted ways, and he's like, he got a phone call from a friend saying, "Oh, well, I'm getting ready to start this church and start preaching, and I would love for you to be my praise and worship leader." And so he started doing that, and he was the worship pastor and youth pastor for 5 years, and he never went back to Nashville. And he's like, the reason why he loved country music was because of his father, who has since passed away. And he said that's the only reason why I wanted to make it big, is because I want my dad to see me make it big in country music and be proud of me. Child, they trying to make somebody cry. Jesus. Okay, let's keep going, because I know they're gonna take a left turn to where I'm cussing somebody. So let's go. Okay, so this is all super cute. We're talking about John and his music career, and how he just wants to make his daddy proud of him still. And now he is going to be performing this evening at Borderline, which is where he performed the first time when he was in LA. And the roommates, of course, are all going to go to support him in his endeavors. And it's Shooter Jennings' show, his father is the indubitable Waylon Jennings, famous country star. If you don't know who that is, please Google it. But yeah, everybody's being supportive, and he's taking seriously restarting his country music career, because he still got the spark. He still has the drive to want to do it. So let's hope it turns out well. That's all I got. So that was kind of amazing. John was able to perform. The roommates came out. They were supportive. They were singing the songs. They was doing a little line dancing. It was really good. His dad, I'm sure, is smiling down on him, just tickled pink with pride for his son. They get back to the house, and now they're about to play this game called Fishbowl. I really think everybody should just call this a great day and then go take their ass to bed and then worry about shit later. But I feel like this is where the left turn. I feel it in my spirit. John is like, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I had a great performance. Da 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 da. I'm with you, John. I think everybody should go to bed. I'm trying to preserve. But listen. Go to bed. Everybody just go to bed. John, you are 100% correct, because these producers are messy as fuck. So They have some little fun like questions. Did you think you had any privacy in the real world house? They were like, it was a microphone over the toilet. What do you think we? Then um, David picked the cube and it was like, did you have any perks? He was like, hell no, I ain't getting no perks. What kind of stupid ass question? And then we get to Miss Ma'am Irene, and they're like, being that you are a former police officer, how do you feel about the current state of the police and what's happening, i.e., George Floyd? Jesus Christ. I'm finna listen to her answer, and I hope it's right, God. Oh, Jesus. Not that there is a right answer to this, but I don't want to have to cuss Irene out. But it's right here in my chest. Jesus. All right, here we go. Not the black men trying to all lives matter. We try so hard for y'all. Like I don't. We try. We fight so hard. We lay down on the ground in front of the danger for y'all. And this is what you give us. Like I and I know it's not all black men. I know that. I know that I had a daddy. I know that. I know that. But every time I turn around, oh, that's oh, Jesus Christ, I can't. So I kind of understand where Irene is coming from. Where it was, I get it. So I don't really have a qualm. I get it. I get you were in a rock and a hard space as a woman in law enforcement, and there were grown ass men that couldn't stand up and say anything, let alone a little 5'2" woman who's working at the courthouse. And I appreciate the fact that she said that I know I've told my children that I saw things that were wrong and I didn't say anything. I get that and I appreciate that. And then Tammy asked, "What does everybody think of Black Lives Matter?" And Beth S, or the Beth with the white hair, says that shit is real and it has to change. If we cannot continue like this. And then David goes into this, oh, they're trying to divide and conquer us. Beloved, we were already divided. I don't know if you understand that. We were already divided, love, before any Black Lives Matter anything. We are just saying, stop killing us. Like, it's not like we're asking, please stop killing us. We want to breathe. We want to go to the grocery store. We want our children to be able to play in the parks. We want to be laying in our bed at night. Stop killing us. We want to be in our houses, minding our own business. And y'all don't come through the door because you're drunk and half asleep and don't realize it's not your house and shoot us. Just stop killing us. We want to be able to go to Burger King. We want to be able to be mentally unstable and call someone and get to ask for help and not end up dead as a result. Like I don't, and people who push back on that, I don't understand how. What is your issue with saying please stop killing us? How is that a wrong stop? Please stop killing us. Stop killing us. I want to be, as a mother, to have the carefree notion that my black male child leaves his house every day, and my sincere prayer every day is that he comes to no harm and he can get home the same way he left. Every day. And every day, there's a chance that might not be a prayer answered. Jesus Christ, just stop killing us. Okay, so this is really where it's going to take a left. And David is starting on. I don't want him to talk anymore. Just Go home, Roger. Okay, let's get back into it. Okay, John. Don't call the little black people in your house black colored people. Okay? Just call them black. Just call them black, baby. That's it. You don't have to do black color. Listen, that's a double. Mm-mm. We don't even need that. Just call them black, baby. Just call them black. That's it. That's all. Then Glenn says, is there a problem with not seeing color? Well, how do you get around if you don't see color, beloved? If you don't see color, you can't see the light change for you to drive down the street. So how do you not see color, beloved? You can't see the eye get red hot, so you know not to touch it? That doesn't even make practical sense, let alone skin tone, skin color, and human beings. I know we all want to be this enlightened, existential. A life is a life. All souls are important. And yes, God, that is true. Two things can be true at one time. But we are different. And have different lived experiences in the same country. Glenn, you as a cisgendered white man has a completely different lived experience than David, a cisgendered black man. David could as easily lose his life as somebody knocking over a cup in the right situation, where that is not even a thought in your mind, sir. There is not a whole armor that you have to put on when you walk out your door to make sure that you can walk back in your door. You don't get anxiety when you see blue lights flashing behind you and go into immediate prayer. Please, God, let me survive this interaction that's about to happen. And you know why? Because we're different. And because people see color. We've arrived. I ain't even got to the end of this part. But they are talking passionately to get Glenn to understand why it is important not to be colorblind in these type of situations. We're not saying to treat someone different because they are a different race, but we need you to see that there is a difference and there is a different lived experience because of that skin color difference. That is what we're trying to get you to understand. And this man says, I understand. The first time I felt what you're so passionate about is when when me and my friend John went to a pizza place and they called him a nigga. Dear white man, please don't ever say that again as long as you live. You can explain that story without having to use the word. I don't understand. And it tripped so lightly off your tongue, like it is not the first time you've said that word. I don't know if your friends that you have that are black have given you what they consider a pass to say the word around them. You are on national TV. You do not have a pass with Black America. Don't ever. As long as you stay that pasty clear color that you are, don't you ever use that word. Don't let that word fall out your mouth. Please don't do it. We are revoking the pass that your friends have given to you. No, sir, you cannot do that. You can't. I don't care. You can't. You can't. Now, there is you have freedom of speech, and you can literally say whatever you want. But what I need you to understand, what there's not freedom from is freedom of consequences. And your consequences may vary on who the audience is when you say that word, which up to and including termination, which means death. So you might want to watch your motherfucking mouth. Okay? Excuse me for cussing, but it just is what it is. Watch your mouth. Okay. My neighbors are already shooting off fireworks and it's 7 o'clock. Come on, Tammy, set the boundary. And yes, to Beth, white haired Beth, for standing up and supporting the boundary. And Irene, my Latina sister, I love you. Don't ever say that fucking word ever again as long as you live. Daughter, that's not a word for you. There are a lot of disgusting words that are used for people of the Latin community and Latinx that we as black people, we never gonna say. We not gonna say. You know why? Because we know it's a slur and we not gonna disrespect you like that. So when we as black people tell our Latin brothers and sisters who are trying to stand with us in the fight, not to, please don't say that word. Just don't say the word. Don't say it. Just don't say it. You know, just respect the boundary. That's it. That's all. That's just respect the, please. You can tell, and I think Glenn was starting to get it at the end when she was like, you can tell the story without using the word. The word, we know what the word is. You don't have to say the word for us to know what the word was. This is growth for me and Tam because, listen, at this point, I would have swung on several people at this junction. Several. And David Goofy, you know what? I'm not even going to, that boy has mental issues. I'm not even going to, we're going to leave poor Tink Tink in the corner. Let me finish the rest of this episode. I tried to give him a pass, but he, right at the end, right up to, I tried not to, listen, I gave him a little fever about the all lives matter rhetoric that he tried to perpetrate into this conversation. You know, I know he had that accident and that traumatic brain injury and had to cut his head open. So maybe he not thinking right. But this ignorant, because I'm finna use a bunch of words. This is ungodly. Mommy, if you watched it up till here, this is where you need to cut it off. This ignorant motherfucker got on national goddamn TV and talk about, oh, it was unfair for Tammy to call out Irene and the white man for using the N-word. I wasn't offended by, motherfucker, go to hell. How dare you? How very dare you? How very dare you? Oh my, okay, all right. Go to the bottom of hell, sir. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Don't do any of that shit. Go to the very bottom of hell. What the? I don't want to turn this into a man-woman thing. I don't want to turn this into like a manosphere rant. Black man, what the fuck are you even? I'm just going to leave it right here. All of your skin folk ain't your kin folk. Prime example. And I'm just going to leave it right there because I can feel that, listen, we going to be windmilling in these streets fucking with this little boy. Did he say she's toxic for calling them out about using the word nigga? And telling them that they can't say that in her presence? That's her boundary, nigga. That's her boundary. Okay. I'm getting loud. I gotta go. Y'all, Denny, get all of your tools out for the dissertation. Cause listen, I'm trying to stay calm. It's New Year's Eve. God has been good to allow me to see another year. Rest in peace to Betty White. I'm going to find something to watch in my Savage Fenty onesie and be cute. And I'm going to leave this alone. Because this, Jesus, this going to have me, my blood pressure up to 750,000. And I can't. The way I'm, that's not going to. Yo, bitch ass got on national fucking TV. Like that shit is. gotta go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next